Hey indie game fans! The spooky month of October brought us our usual slew of scary games, but in addition to those, really solid month for indie games as well. Pretty happy with this month's selection, but first, as always, here are some quick picks worth checking out. Project Hospital is the second of two Hospital Tycoon games this year, and while 2 Point Hospital goes for the comedic, this game opts for more realism instead. Pretty sweet art style and an overall fantastic sim game. Farmed Together is from the developers of the roguelite FPS Ziggurat, which is a pretty great pedigree in my opinion. This game captures the chill vibes of something like Stardew Valley and adds the multiplayer communal element to it, which seems like a winning formula. While there are some complaints of the grind, it can be treated as a pretty chill experience, which I am all about. Rune Chapter 1 is from Toby Fox, the creator of Undertale, and seems to be set in the same universe with similar but evolved mechanics from the first game, which was released for free on Halloween and is definitely worth a play. The previously highlighted EXAPUNKS by Zachtronics left early access after a relatively short period of time and features that same style of Zachtronics' puzzling goodness. Sinner, Sacrifice for Redemption is a Souls-like boss battler in which you become weaker as the game progresses. One interesting point is that this is a first on Discord title, so for you to play it, you have to get it from the newly launched Discord store, which could be an interesting shakeup for digital distribution and indie developers. And finally, The Hex is a strange one in that almost all reviews and mentions of this game warn you about not reading the review, since doing so will spoil the experience for you and you are best served going in blind. As a very important side note, this is from the developer of Pony Island, so if you are familiar, you will know what to expect, and if you are not, check out that game first. Moving on, here are the top 5 best indie games for October 2018. The Colonists is a city builder featuring some very adorable robots and quite an in-depth simulation system. Playing as robots made to simulate human civilizations but fearing their own subjugation and enslavement, a splinter group of robots decided to steal the closest spaceship and to find and colonize their own planets. It is a super chill playing experience about optimizing production chains and your supply lines, all while researching new upgrades, expanding your base, and completing missions. The low poly art and the color scheme chosen is wonderfully relaxing, and this is a recommendation for all city building fans.
You might think this colony humble. It was no simple undertaking. The 3 of us crash-landed here. Elena, a princess.
Manual labor is unbecoming.
Greg, librarian. Good with books, not much else.
And what use is a washed-up soldier like you, Nelson?
Now we are survivors.
We built, mined, harvested.
RimWorld finally left early access after about 5.5 years of development, and in that time has gained a reputation of being one of the most well put together colony simulators akin to Dwarf Fortress, but in a sci-fi setting. It features something called the AI Storyteller, which generates scenarios and events on the fly, leading to various emergent stories that you, the player, can experience. Furthermore, the people in your colony are procedurally generated and have their own traits, strengths, and personality, and do form relationships with one another as well. People who get into RimWorld really get into it, so it gets this spot for its compelling gameplay
But
loop.
let's not forget when Nelson hung out with his llama all day instead of building solar panels.
We all need downtime, Greg.
Despite everything, there was progress.
We began work on a ship to set us free.
But there will be no escape today. This is my base.
This is my sanctuary.
This is my palace.
This is our colony.
A game which simply oozes style, Lethal League Blaze is the follow-up to 2014's Lethal League and expands upon that game by adding more characters, more direct fighting game style health meters, and more game modes as well. A competitive fighting game where damage is only dealt through hitting a baseball, which then gets faster and more intense the more hits are landed on it. The fast-paced action is the key selling point here. Each character also feels pretty unique with their own special abilities. I believe that the game is built in a 3D engine but played on a 2D plane, much like Arc System Works' Dragon Ball Fighters and the Blaze Blue fighting games, which, combined with the cel-shaded comic book look, allows for some truly stunning visuals.
Incoming transmission.
Kaiju Big Battel Fighto Fantasy is a turn-based RPG that really nails the SNES look with a time and space warping plot, kaiju professional wrestlers, and lessons learned from classics in the genre. This is one of the most authentic and nostalgic JRPGs that I have played in recent memory, so it gets 2 thumbs up from me. Starting with American Beetle and the Silver Potato, a warrior and mage type respectively, you are thrown into a quest to stop the evil Dr. Cube after he pulls a weapon out which warps time and space. The starting point allows for fun locations such as ancient Egypt or Russia, and the core turn-based combat is as good as you remember. Additionally, our kaiju heroes have exploration abilities that unlock secret and new areas when the right member is in the party, and overall it has great writing, art, and gameplay. And finally, Return of the Obra Dinn is from Lucas Pope, the creator of Papers, Please, where you play as an insurance adjuster with the task of finding out what happened on the Obra Dinn, a ship which vanished in 1803 and mysteriously showed up at a port in 1807. Armed with a mystical pocket watch that reveals the moments just before a person's death, you then set about exploring the ship, identifying crew members, figuring out their cause of death, and overall uncover the mystery of the Obra Dinn. This has been described as murder sudoku, since uncovering pieces of the puzzle allows you to uncover even more of it, and to top it off, I simply love the art style as well. Simple but effective, this is how you make an impression last, which takes the #1 spot of the month.
Where is it? Let them go!
these trade ships. East Indiamen. Not much keeping them above water, but planks of wood and the grace of God. Only surprise about the Obra Dinn? It's come back. Empty.
Anyway, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, follow my Steam creator, and check out the subreddit to keep up with the best indie games, and I will see you in the next video.